What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tech B Swift coming at you today. Apologize to you guys. I haven't been around for about 2 weeks. Had a lot going on in life. Still got a lot going on. But you know, I don't want to disappoint my fans. I want to help you guys out. So I'm about to drop another quick video. Today we're going to do a very brief unboxing of the Galaxy S7 Edge. This is the 32 gigabyte Platinum from Verizon. Which comes factory unlocked for you guys that want to use it on other carriers. It will not work on Sprint. So, and then we're also going to compare it against the Nexus 6P, which is my other current phone. And let's just jump right into it. This is not going to be a lot of the specs video, but I'm going to give you guys what I like to call a real life, real everyday comparison, the pros and cons versus the two. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion on which one you should buy. Okay? So let's jump into it. Galaxy S7, it comes with installed SIM card, which I didn't use, the wall USB charger, stereo headset, which I didn't use, USB fast quick charge, which is 2.0 quick charge, and then the referencing guide. So get this nice little back. It's kind of nice. It's textured on the back. Probably can hear me rubbing it. That's because it's really textured. It's really nice. This is a silver titanium, or some people call it the platinum. And like I said, once again, this is the 32 gig. At the top, you got the Verizon logo. I don't know why it's not being picked up on the camera. Anyway, and then information on the back. So, pull the phone out. Boom, there you go. So, it comes in this nice little black box. I think they're trying to be a little stealthy. It says Samsung on the front of it. There's nothing anywhere else on it. QR code right here. That's about it. Other than that, nice little slick box. Booyah, you got the phone. Now I have been using the phone, so this is not an official first time unboxing. Put this to the side and I'll show you what's in there, and then we can move on from that. So, inside of that box you get this nice little package, little sleeve. It has SIM card ejector pin right there. Put that to the side. You get the Verizon manual, which I can care less about what Verizon has to say to me. Another stuff about Verizon safety important. And then this is the product safety warranty guide from Galaxy. So, inside of it, once again, you get the micro USB charger. Sorry, my light is a little off. I'm not using my typical stand. Then you get the fast charger. Like I said, once again, this is 2.0. So standard USB-A out to whatever you plan to use it. As you can see right there, it says adapting. I don't know why my camera is having such a hard time today focusing. But anyway, so the adapting fast charger still has a plastic on it. And then you also get a OTG. What this piece right here is, you can plug it into the bottom of your phone. And it will allow you to be able to stick like USB controllers or other USB devices into your phone. So it's basically a host controller. And that's it for the box. So we see that, got it all. Let's get to what you guys came for. The Nexus 6 and the S7 Edge. So, S7 Edge is a very nice phone. They did a great job with this. It's very thin. I mean, this is super thin. It is a beautiful phone, aesthetically pleasing. I had the S6 Edge, and I love that phone as well. I struggle with limitations on phones not letting me be able to do what I want with them. For those who's rocking with the Nexus 6P, most of you guys know what I'm talking about. So, once again, like I said, this is the platinum version. It's picking up my light, or the titanium is what they call it. It has a lot of smudges on it, as you can see, so this is definitely a fingerprint magnet. On the front, I have a plastic screen protector, so you're not really going to see as much. But it does leave a lot of fingerprints on it too. So, I mean, you can see them right there. So, I know my lights are extremely bright right now. Like I said, I apologize. It's not the same camera setup that I normally have. But I'm doing this on the fly. So, little details about the phone. 5 megapixel front-facing camera. It does have they call it the retina flash on the iPhones. On this, I don't know what it's called. But if you take a picture with the front-facing camera, it'll turn on the screen to white so that it can actually see you if it's dark at night. Can't really show you guys that now because it's very bright in here, but that's what it is. That's what it does. Then you also have your sensors up here. You have your speaker. This is your earpiece speaker. This is not a front-facing speaker. You got your power button, or excuse me, your home button with the fingerprint reader inside of it. It's very, very fast. The one thing I don't like about it is you have to press it, but we'll go into that in a little minute. So then you got your speakers at the bottom, micro USB, headphone jack. You still have these little antenna lines. I do not know why my camera is tripping so bad today. I feel like it's dirty or something. On the left hand side, you get the rocker up, rocker down volume buttons. And on the right hand side, you have your power button. This is really, really irritating me. Sorry again. And then you have your camera, 12 megapixel camera on the back with OIS, flash, and your heartbeat sensor. This camera is amazing. So, the question is, what phone is better? Nexus 6P or the Samsung S7 Edge / S7? Which one should I buy? And most of the time when people jump into these videos, they like to do a comparison and then they come to the conclusion at the end. I can tell you guys right now, before I even do that, while I'm stalling to get this case off, which phone you should buy. Simply. If you are a person that's into development, if you're a flashaholic as they call it, people who enjoy rooting, for people who's on iPhone and potentially switch over to Android, used to like jailbreaking, then the Nexus is the phone you want. The fact that you can do whatever you want with your Nexus, Google doesn't lock the bootloader, excuse me, it's locked but it's not encrypted, so you can unlock your bootloader and be able to use your phone whenever you want to, flash ROMs. This is the phone you want. If you're a person who just wants a phone for texting, speed, convenience, excellent camera, waterproof, then you want the S7 Edge. It's not a question. It's not a comparison. And the reason why I will say this is because the biggest advantage of having the Nexus 6P is no carrier bloat and the freedom to do what you want. And last but not least, you get real-time OS updates. So right now, you can get the preview edition or preview versions of Android N, which is not scheduled to drop until later this summer. This phone won't get Android N until, if we lucky, January or February of next year. Now, so something that might be a huge thing, right? It just depends on really what you want. Your phone still works. You know, the S7 is still going to be a great phone. It just won't have the latest and greatest version of Android. Sometimes that's not the worst thing, because a lot of times when a new version come out, especially when they change to a new version and not incremental version, then it turns out to be where it's real buggy and they have a lot of bugs. The bugs get worked out quickly, and that's why you would want this device, because they're going to push the updates to this first. But as far as is it a deal breaker, I'm going to have to say no. Okay? Am I getting rid of my Nexus 6P? Not a chance. I love my Nexus 6P. I'm a flashaholic. I love customizing my phone. I like I just like being able to do what I want with my phone. So this phone is staying around without a question. So let's jump into it. As far as the specs, both have a 12 megapixel camera on the back. They're just a little bit different setup. Both of these phones take great pictures. Okay, don't get confused. The pictures are outstanding. But hands down, it goes to, I don't want to say hands down, but the better quality picture comes from the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge and S7s. It's not a question. They have optical imaging stabilization, plus they do better in lower light settings. Yes, they both have a 12 megapixel camera, but this one does perform, especially at nighttime, better than the Nexus 6P. In the daytime, they both can give you outstanding pictures, and you really don't have to worry about it. Honestly, at nighttime, you really don't have to worry about it. But if you want the best pictures you can possibly get, you're going to want the Samsung S7. So, let's talk about fingerprint scanners, since I'm looking at the back of this. The Nexus 6P has it on the back, which is extremely, extremely fast. The S7 Edge and S7 have them on the front, which they are embedded in the home button. I prefer the fingerprint reader on the Nexus 6P for a couple reasons. One, you don't have to physically turn your phone on and then press your fingerprint reader. You just put your finger here and it wakes your phone and turns it on. It's always awake, it's always listening, and it's instantaneous. It's definitely the whole process between unlocking your phone is going to be faster on the Nexus 6P, just because of the fact that you don't have to wake your phone first. I also like the placement of this. A lot of people don't like it or said it would be weird, but for me, I love it. It's outstanding. Just because you pick up your phone and boom, your finger instantly goes there. When you have a case on, it just feels great. One of the downfalls of having it right here, though, is that the fact is if your phone is laying down, now when I use my phone, it's turned off. I either have to double tap to get my screen to turn on, swipe up, which I don't have a password on it right now, and enter the password, okay? It's kind of annoying. You know, I don't really care for that piece of it. That does irritate me time from time. With the S7, if it's sitting on here, you just basically will put your finger up and boom, there you in. So it does work. It's programmed to my right thumb. So you guys want to say, oh, it didn't work. It's programmed to my right thumb. So I do prefer that. In case y'all wonder who that girl is, that's Toni Braxton. So I have to give the fingerprint reader, I don't know, it's 50-50, right? So I like this one better on the back. It's faster, but I hate the fact that, you know, when the phone is sitting down, you can't lock your phone. This one is fast. It works, but you got to press the fingerprint button first, and then you got to turn around and then hold it there, and then it unlocks. But it's still fast. So I almost call it a wash, but I think the majority of people will probably prefer Samsung's just because of the fact that you can put it down and still touch it. So there, we got that out the way. As far as build quality, I like the way the Nexus feels better because it's aluminum body with these chain fiber ridges. Like, this is so sweet. Like, the way they did a custom job on this, it's just a awesome job. I love the feel of it. It's always cold in your hand when you're not using it, and it's just a nice phone. The Galaxy is a very nice phone as well. It's more of it's a glass material on the front and back, and it doesn't feel. They claim that the size of it is aluminum, but the back is glass. It has to be glass. It couldn't be anything else. But the sides are aluminum, and it's really nice in the hand. So I give the win. Honestly, body-wise, from aesthetics, I like the feel of the Nexus 6P, but the Galaxy S7 Edge wins in the form factor because it's slimmer, it's shorter, it's thinner. I mean, look at the difference in that right there. So, like, look at the difference in the thinness. Like, it's a little bit thinner, and then when you put the phones on top of each other, I mean, you're talking about look at that. It's a much smaller phone. Holding it in the hand, it makes it a lot easier. It's a lot more comfortable to hold this one. So the form factor in the hand has to go to this phone right here. As far as front-facing cameras, I don't really know. I know this takes excellent front-facing camera. I took a picture last night with me and the wife in the bed. Not anything that you guys are thinking, so don't say nothing funny. But I woke my wife up and she was squinting. There you go. Like, it was just a great picture. I like it a lot. I don't usually take selfies, so they both take decent pictures. This one does not have the Retina flash, but you could customize it or hack it or run a third-party ROM that will allow you to do that, so that's not a big issue. And I'm saying again this because if you get a Nexus 6P, this is typically catered to the people who really understand the power of full Android and the things you can do with Android. So speakers hands down go to the Nexus. 2 front-facing speakers, surround sound basically, or stereo sound. It sounds amazing. It's a lot louder than the S6. I don't know why they keep putting speakers on the bottom of these phones. Like, what is your motivation here? Dude, my camera has to be dirty because I can't even see speakers. Whatever. So hands down, I have to give it to the Nexus 6P as far as sound. Screen, no question. S7 Edge, best screen on the market, destroys any phone out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of phones out there, a lot of awesome screens. The Nexus has a great screen, but when it comes to the clarity, the depth, it's no question. Like, this phone gets so much brighter outside, so you can fully see it. As you can see in the difference here, I'm trying to catch it. I can't get it for this lights. Man, my camera must be dirty. I'm sorry I keep saying it. It's driving me crazy. But this phone gets a lot brighter outside. You can see it in the daylight. This is the way to go. As far as battery life, which is huge, I'm getting about 7 hours on this. I did de-bloat it using a couple de-bloat tools to disable a lot of packages. Not the de-bloat tools that's built in. So I can get about 7 to 8 hours depending. I get about 4 on this, on the Nexus 6P. So this is outstanding when it comes to battery life, without question. So I love it for that reason as well. And last but not least, the big factors of these phones is speed and lag and durability overall. The software on Android is pure Android. You don't get this fancy third-party applications built in. You get standard Android. And for me, that's a big win because it allows me to take a blank platform and customize it any way I want. With the Samsungs and a lot of other devices out there, they lay these skins over. So this has TouchWiz. They've done a lot better job with TouchWiz as far as, you know, how it works and the fluidity of it. It's not so convoluted as it used to be, but it's still TouchWiz, and I still don't really care for it. I'd rather have a stock Android experience. I don't need all your extra apps, Samsung, especially when they run in the background and I don't use them. So I'm not a big fan of that, but I will say the S7 is fast. It's so beefy with 4 gigabytes of RAM. It is a beast. It is definitely faster than Nexus 6P because it has the newer chip. So it is what it is. So you make the decision, decide which one you want. I didn't go into all the specs. You want specs, you can go out there and check out other videos, or you can look at the specs on their sites. But I'm telling you, in real world usage, for the majority of the people out there, they're going to be much happier with the Samsung S7 Edge. Yes, your updates will be a little slower, but you would appreciate the quality of this phone, the thinness of this phone, the battery life, the camera, all the extra additional features I did mention. You're going to love in this phone. For those like me who want a world phone or basically a US carrier phone that works on all carriers, including Google Fi, you want to be able to customize and ROM and theme and root and Wi-Fi tether and all this other cool stuff that you can do with Nexus devices, then you want the Nexus. Get the first updates. You know, your friends be waiting another 6 months before they get that update. You want the Nexus. But overall, I think the majority of the population is going to be happy with the S7 Edge. For me, I'm keeping them both because this one right here has the best battery life. So if I'm going somewhere I know I need my battery life to be outstanding, I'm taking this with me. And if I get in the mood, I just want to customize ROMs, I want to create my own ROMs or whatever it is, I have to keep my Nexus. I mean, like I said, once again, the Nexus, you can do anything you want when you want with it. So this is the keeper. This is one that will stay around even when I sell this. This will outlast this phone as far as staying in the TechBee Swift household. So once again, it's your boy TechBee Swift. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, please let me know. If there's anything I missed, leave a comment. I always respond to my comments. I try my best to do 100%. You can check me out at TechBee Swift at Twitter, TechBee Swift at Instagram, TechBee Swift at Facebook. And tonight I am going to give away at least another 3-4 items on this table to my subscribers. So for those who wonder how you can win this stuff, subscribe. Check out the details below. It'll explain everything to you.